So in this discussion, I am giving you general guidelines as to how to conduct campus interview. As I have told in the earlier videos, getting people is a serious marketing activity. It is a two-way process. We think many of the companies and their HR teams are led to believe that they are big and they are choosing the employees. It is actually the reverse. You see, people make all the difference. Okay, if you have good people in your company, okay, the company will perform in a different way. If people are not bright and committed and they are not intelligent, the company will work in a different way. So as much as we are choosing people, that is companies are choosing people, people are also choosing us. More than us choosing them, people are choosing us. More so with the current generation where most of the parents have been able to send children for engineering, MBA and other courses which are also quite costly. So it is not that they are standing on the streets and begging for a job. That attitude should not be there. It is a two-way selection process. While we choose people, people are also choosing us. So it is very important as to how we present ourselves. If you tell them something which is not true, if you tell them things which are not true and try to whitewash them and try to fool them and get them to join the company, they will become disillusioned. After coming within 10 days, they will write a bad review in Google and leave the company. So all your efforts will go down the drain. So you will have to tell them the facts. Okay, you will have to tell them both your strengths and weaknesses in a very, very candid and unapologetic way. That is very important. There are people who curse themselves for joining the biggest companies of India, say Tata, Reliance, Infosys, Wipro. They call themselves, we didn't have any other options, we are rotting here. Okay, and then there are others who are aspiring to be in those companies. There might be students who might be aspiring to be in one such company. There might be other students who might not be willing to join such a company at all. You are getting my point. So something might be diamond for somebody for somebody else it might be just charcoal. So there is no need to be apologetic. It is a combination. You cannot say Kaju Barfi is better than Rasgulla. Some people like Rasgulla, some people like Kaju Katli. So our strengths are quality of work. You have to understand that very clearly. In my earlier video also I have said this. The quality of work that a person gets to do in our company. Okay, that is Victofire, IOM and Fire Ready. Okay, you would have seen recently I changed the name to FAV, Fire Ready, IOM, Victofire, our common leadership group. So Fire Ready, IOM and Victofire are the names that you have to use. You should not use the name Pyrox ICT Private Limited because that has to change. Okay, our company name will be aligned with our brand names. Okay, so I have to apply to the company law and change it. So Victofire, Fire Ready and IOM, whether you choose the R&D profile, that is product development profile, or you choose the marketing profile or administrative profile, the quality of work that you get to do is our strength. We are not a big fish. We are not a small fish in a big pond where your contribution will not be seen at all. If you are not there, fine, otherwise somebody else. You will be a small fish in a big pond. Number one, the quality of the work that you will have a big span about itself. It is not like, a product development you will be doing from end to end. You will have exposure to all the aspects of product development. So tomorrow, if you are a product development engineer or a production engineer, you will be able to handle production and product development technical from end to end. There is no product at all. You imagine a product, you will be able to develop it and deliver it. Right from the electronics aspect to the mechanical aspect to the production aspect to the site aspect, Everything will be under your nose, under your visibility. You will not be a restricted engineer working only on PCB design or embedded software design or testing or coding or some other integration, nothing like that. You will be part of the whole process. This therefore becomes a very, very good career opportunity or a work opportunity for anybody. This has to be sufficiently emphasized. When you are talking on the technical, see, basically recruitment will happen on two profiles, technical and non-technical, that is commercial. Okay, commercial will have marketing, HR and all these things. Technical will have production, side, product development. This is all it is. Okay, when you're talking technical, you have to also talk about technologies. Under our roof, we work on all technologies, embedded, wireless, analog, digital. You get my point. PCB manufacturing, microelectronics, that is electronics to be fitted in small space, electronics which is low power, electronics which is high power. We are also dealing with electrical circuits. We deal with pumps, motors. Our engineers get exposure to PLCs, huge pumps which draw 400 amperes of power, and smoke detectors which cannot draw more than 50 microamperes of power. So these words like 50 microamperes, 400 amperes, pump is drawing 400 microamperes, all this has to come freely when you deliver the speech there. You get my point? So our strength basically is the quality of work. If you are doing HR work, you are not only going to scan resumes and upload, somebody else will take the decision, you have to tell that I am standing here, for example, right from contacting your college to understanding how much vacancy is there in the department, what kind of people I want to, making their job description, to contacting campus people, to conducting this lecture. You should also talk, HR should also talk, to conducting this lecture, to scanning your this thing, to administering the test, to correcting your papers, to taking your interview, to taking your GD, and then to finally recommending you and taking you, giving your appointment order, then conducting your monthly, weekly, quarterly appraisals, okay, conducting your daily, work reporting. Okay, our managing director will sit and we have to explain what work each person is doing, what are the achievements of the company, everything. When I say I am an HR and admin means it is not like one small aspect. There are 10,000 resumes, I have to scan all of them and I have to identify, make an Excel table and send it to the next manager. It is not like that. When you say marketing, you will be given a product, a brochure, right from developing the collateral kit to going to the consultant, making technical presentation, making calculations, okay, presenting, okay, making successful exhibitions, presenting the product, okay, meeting customers, presenting the products, meeting consultants, meeting fire officers, putting up a technical discussion, then identifying the pros and cons of developing a BOQ. Okay, how to, the competitor, okay, discourage the competition, how to deal at the top level, everything. When I say marketing and product development, right from putting up social media campaign, digital ads, it's everything. One person called digital business development manager will do everything. You get my point? And at the highest level, we are talking about discussing with Prestige Brigade, Shobha Builders, Tata Steel, this, that, BHEL, BEL. We are working with all the big entities. And each and everything will be done by everybody. It is not that we don't have work division, but we give large chunks. The span of the work is big. Instead of splitting it from one table to another table, another table to another table, we give more overall responsibilities. If it comes to accounts and finance, our admin people themselves will go to the bank, they'll themselves deal with the GST officer, they'll themselves deal with the audit office, they will themselves organize the files, they'll themselves present the balance sheet P&L for discussion. So everything, any job profile that you take, we are covering a huge span. So your knowledge and growth, okay, will be really solid. Whichever profile you take up and join. Okay, we have extraordinary training material online. Okay, once you join the company, all this training material will be opened up for you. You can go through all the training material. We will put up exams. You will be made. Lot of training is given, whether in HR or whichever field you take, marketing, business development, technical. At least 100 hours of training material is there with us today. Okay, so you will be well trained, well got into the industry, well entrenched into the industry. So you will be a very, very well-built professional by the end of 3 or 4 years if you work for this company, in whichever field you take up. Okay, so in HR you can say we have password to Naukri.com and we look for people with this thing. You can look at me, I have come here, I am doing the campus recruitment. You can tell your example. You can say I was not in this field at all 1.5 years back, but now I have come into this field and I have grown rapidly. In another 2 years I will be ready to handle any big project, any big this thing, any big company. That is the growth that we achieve in this company. Okay, that is our strength. What are our weaknesses? Our weaknesses are that we don't sit out of hi-fi facilities, because currently we are doing R&D on home automation system, so we have to work out of a flat only. Okay, so that is one big weakness. So you will not have a very, very corporate setup for working in our company. Okay, and then just for the home automation we'll put up one team here, remaining put up another team, that and all will not work out. So right now the whole office is working out of a more of a flat kind of an environment, which is like more of a residential setup. This is number one. Okay. Number two, our salaries are paid on the around the 20th of the next month. That reason you know that people will suddenly quit and exit. To control that, okay, that we give a notice period. Okay, to give a notice period. Number three, our strength is we don't have any bond, nothing. But please don't join our company if you are quitting, if you are looking at a very small tenure. If you are looking at putting up a solid 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, then you join the company. Otherwise, you yourself walk out. And always remember, your first job is a very, very important job. If you have bad first job, all your career, if the takeoff is not good, what is the use? So, once you join the company, whether you like it or not, make it good. Make it such that the experience is good. Creating an experience is in our hands, right? If we go down, we are talking to somebody and somebody gets angry and he slaps us, we get very angry. But the same punch if we are in a boxing match, we don't get angry, we fight back, because that is a match. So the punch itself doesn't matter, how you take that punch is going to matter. How you take that punch, whether you take it as an arrogance or you take it as a friendly way. Like that, if at all, if you want to join the company, make sure that your experience is good and make sure that you work hard and this thing. All the people, if they are not working in 1 month for at least 20% overtime, that is, if they are not burning midnight oil, out of 100 days for at least 20 days, then you can think that the company itself is going to collapse. Because there is no professional environment where pressure doesn't come. If pressure is not coming, means it is not a professional environment. Even government offices, whoever you ask, some days they will be late from the office to come home. If that is not happening, then that organization is not on the growth path. It is on the decline. You will find no healthy organization where some days at least people have to not work overtime to meet targets. If organizations start giving targets which are 30% beyond time, that is, if their work has to be done in 100 days, suppose you give a 130 days target, okay, will that organization survive? Because 30 days extra manpower is being wasted in that. So automatically that organization will go into loss. That organization will survive which is doing 100 days work in 75 days. It is obvious, simple common sense. Today, cost of manpower is much higher than cost of material. So manpower optimization is the highest headache for any management today. So at least there will be 20% of time when you will be working for late evening or something like that. Mentally be prepared for that, otherwise please don't join us. Okay, and if whether you do internship for 1 day or whether you complete the internship or whether you don't complete, whatever it is, if you are quitting, you have to give maximum 90 days notice, minimum 60 days notice. Okay, and in your place somebody else will be appointed, they will be incubated, you have to cooperate during that time. You cannot say tomorrow I am marrying Bill Gates' daughter, I am going to have such a nice life, this, that and all, spoil the mood here. You have to understand that this company is giving you employment, it is your duty to effectively, motivate this company and your staff. Wherever you want to go, you go. We are not stopping you. But you have to serve your notice period and you have to go out in a friendly manner. In spite of telling all this, there are 80% of the people who quit in a very nice way. Still there are 20% who create lot of trouble for us. So you please don't get counted in that 20% because that 20% will not get a good relieving letter from us. Even if you go away somewhere and then after you say I will do this, I will do, somehow you come and beg and play for a relieving letter. Suppose there is no hang up from your side. Okay, suppose training material is there, everything is there, you didn't hand over properly, but everything is there in terms of video, all that thing. We may give you a relieving letter of one line. You are hereby relieved from the company. Whereas if you relieve yourself in a proper way, nice way, okay, in a nice, proper, professional way, we will give you a nice, appreciative relieving letter. That so and so was working with our company, his contribution was very meaningful for the company, he is a thorough professional, he gave proper relieving resignation, served the notice period, and made sure that the company doesn't face any shocks because of his exit. Okay, and his contribution during the time of his tenure of his employment with us was very good, and we wish him all the very best for the future. Please feel free to contact the undersigned. I will myself sign for any future reference. I will put my email ID and my phone number there and give the relieving order as a managing director chairman. This much I will do for the person who quits properly. A person who doesn't quit properly, 99% will not get a relieving. But if there is some other thing in between, he came, some help he did, some videos he did, and suppose the company doesn't face a hang up because of him, that because of him work is stopped, okay, then we may still give a relieving, but that will be a one line bland relieving because he didn't follow the relieving formality. When I write a good relieving letter, that relieving letter itself will make sure that you get multiple times the offer when you show it to somebody else. Okay, so these are the things, and our company is a positive working environment. We value all the people. If I tell something to you, you are free to tell back something to me. It is not a one-way traffic. We encourage people to talk back. We don't want yes sir people. We don't want psycho fans. We don't want dumb-witted people who will come and only muska the boss, say yes to everything. We want people who will talk back. We want people who will say, no sir, this may not work out. Or sir, this will work out, this is a better idea. That is the kind of people we look forward for always. You get my point? These are the things you have to tell. Again and again tell them that you should really quit with proper notice period. Infrastructure is very average. Okay, quality of work is very good. First job, make sure you select properly, and once you select, once you fall into the swimming pool, make sure you are swimming well. Don't drown. Don't make it a bad experience. Okay, then you should talk about technologies, you should talk about end-to-end working and all these things. Okay, also say that the salary is given only on 20th. If there is any emergency or anything, we are always welcome to take any company, any advance salary that we provide, without any hassles. Okay, and then you also tell them that this variable pay of 8,000 rupees will start after internship of 150 working days. You make it very clear. 150 working days. That is Sundays and all is not counted. Only working days, 150 days. 8,000 rupees variable pay will start. That 8,000 into 12 will become 96,000. That 96,000, out of that 48,000 will be paid on the day you complete 1 year. Remaining 48,000 will be held up. Got it? It will be paid after 6 months. Okay? So 6 months variable pay will always be held up with the company to make sure that you are going to relieve properly. During relieving, that you suppose you submit your resignation, 6 months variable pay will be there. If you don't submit your resignation properly, if you don't quit properly, that 6 months variable pay will not be paid to you. Very clearly we are telling. Secondly, people who do not complete at least 1 year after 150 days, that variable pay will not be paid. So if you are planning to quit after 6 months or something, your salary is 25,000 rupees. Got it? All these things very clearly you have to tell. Very, very clearly.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Without any this thing. Okay? And then you have to give testimonials. And then you have to give testimonials. You yourself have to become examples and say, I have worked for this company, I have gained so much. And Bhargav also has to say, HR also has to say, Ritvik also has to say, and any other person standing there can also be made to speak. But if suddenly 4 or 5 people speak, it will look like a bazaar. Okay, so make sure that if at all you speak carefully. Okay, then tell the company's address. In the company's PPT, Bhargav will show the product and all that. This Ritvik will also show. They show our factory. You also say that if we decide you have to go to Hoskote, you have to go to Hoskote. Okay, there cannot be any this one. Okay, you tell them strongly that people living beyond 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers from this place, okay, should relocate to nearby office place. If they are not interested in relocating and they are going to spend 1.5 hours in commuting, we don't want to hire them. Okay, very clear. Another thing is, company is what the people are. Okay. So make sure that you hire really brilliant people, energetic people, positive minded people. Okay, people who have got good, get good marks in aptitude and in technical. In technical, there might be some silent people, okay, who would have done very well in technical side, but they may not be very expressive and all that. For technical, those people are also suitable. Okay, but for marketing and all, such people are a strict no. Marketing, you need bright people. Got it? Marketing, you need bright people.
Bright people.
Got it?